Hey man, y'all know why y'all here. It's Friday. Acquiring Nuts Friday. Y'all know why y'all here. Sit down, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't before. We up to 160 subscribers, up to 10 from last episode, man. So shout out to y'all. Welcome new subscribers. Old subscribers, y'all know how we do. Every Friday, we dropping. Let me get right to it. So, well, before we get started, man, I realized that I align food with time. Like that's how I can tell time, like based off the food. And I just realized that like this week. So for instance, like don't tell me good morning if I can't go get a spicy chicken biscuit. If Chick-fil-A ain't serving breakfast, don't tell me good morning. It's noon. Anything after 10:30, as far as I'm concerned, is the noon time. Don't tell me good morning if I still gotta get a burger. If I can't go get a spicy chicken biscuit or some chicken minis, or if I can go get bacon, egg, and cheese tacos from the Mexican spot up the street, I don't want to hear nothing about no good morning. Say noon. Hey, bro, good noon. If you don't want to say afternoon because it's past 12, just say good noon. And then it don't make sense to stop serving breakfast at 10:30 because the liquor store don't open till 12. So I got to eat a burger, but I can't get no tequila. I can't get uh, a breakfast sandwich, but I got to eat a chicken sandwich, but I can't get no beer to go down with it. I feel like the food and the time should align. So at the liquor store, if the liquor store open, matter of fact, had the liquor store open at 10:30. I think that's a better thing. Instead of stretching breakfast out till 12, either stretch breakfast out till 12 and keep the liquor store open at 12, or bring back the liquor store opening around 10:30. When breakfast stop, liquor should start. And that's how I feel. Like and then it's like the seasons and the months, same thing. I align it with food. Like if it's January now, March about to be here in a couple of months. Y'all say springtime, I say, hey man, happy crawfish. That's crawfish season for me. March, April, crawfish season. I don't want to hear nothing about no spring. No, it's crawfish season. As soon as I can see my breath and it's the fall time, gumbo season. Like that's just I put the months, same thing with food. So as far as I'm concerned, the months on the calendar should be January, February, crawfish, May, June, brisket, August, September, gumbo, dress in December. That's how I look at the months. That's what the months mean to me. I realize I have an eating disorder. I'm just a fat back because I align all my time with food. Don't tell me good morning if I can't get no chicken biscuit. And don't tell me happy spring. Just, hey man, just point me towards the crawfish or crawfish boil. But shout out to y'all, man. We'll just a couple things we'll talk about that kind of piqued my interest this week. First things first, Cam Newton. Like the Cam Newton interview, if y'all haven't seen it, go look at that interview with him and Lady London. It is a masterclass on how not to act when a beautiful woman is around. And I'm gonna give Cam some bail. Like I'm shooting Cam some bail. Just a little bit. Bail said it like $3,000. Not just some a little bit. Shoot him a little bit of bail. Reason being is because believe it or not, man, I don't care how much money you have or how cool you think you are or how many bad ones you bagged before. When a bad one walks in the room, most of the times dudes we get goofy like that. And she had my dog looking goofy. She turned Cam into Nick Cannon from Love Don't Cost a Thing. Like she had my boy balled up. Cam really should have did the interview like this. Just like she had my boy just flustered. He panicked that, and I knew the first sign of Cam panicking was when she asked him his sign and he said, I'm a god. Hey, bring it down a little bit, bro. I understand there's a bad one in the room and you trying to perform, but bring it down a little bit. But he said, I'm a god. And then she said, because she brought up the asked him his sign. He said, I'm a God. And he said, I don't really, some on along the lines of, I don't really believe in that because God made me in his image, so I'm a God. And she hit him with some game and told him that God created the constellation, something to show Abraham. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. You should have knew that. He should have said, all right, man. Hey, y'all, this is Funky Fridays. This is Lady London. Cut that interview right there, because you should have known at that point that you are out of your league, brother. You should not be trying to go back and forth mentally with that lady. And he made a plumb damn fool of himself. But I knew his first panic, because that's what we do, man. When we get in front of a bad one, bro, we kind of panic. His first panic was when talking about the constellations, asked him what his birthday was, and he finally was like, all right, I was born, blah, blah, blah. And I'm the son of, I'm one of, I think he said 2 or 3 children. And then he said, which means that vagina was fire. Talking about his mama, bro. That's what I'm saying. That was the first panic. Like, bro, you talking about your mama's vagina. That's how out of character she had that dude. Then he tried to kind of like brush it off, like, yeah, I was born in the church, and if they hit it, they gonna, he panicked. And then so like it wasn't the spelling of the words that got him. It was him, like he was trying to be like Victor Newman. And she basically turned him into Victor Frankenstein. Like he couldn't talk. And the reason I'm shooting Cam Bell, it's because I get it. Man, I remember, bro, I was working in Walmart. I was in college, working at Walmart. And one of the baddest things I had ever seen from campus was in the store while I was stocking shelves. And she said, hello. That's all she said was hello. But it was like a sexy hello. It was like, hello. And I was like, oh, hey, hi. Like I got a parakeet who can play domino. Like I just flustered and I panicked. I just walked out of there. Like that's how bad women get you. But shout out to Lady London for, I was not familiar with your game. I stopped keeping up with new rap like 5 years ago. So like all of the new rap has to be vetted before it comes to me. Like it either got to come through my homeboys or through the group chat, or somebody got to be like, hey man, check her out or check him out. And that's why I check him out. So she definitely made a fan out of me. Beautiful, articulate. She kept her composure. She was in her zone. You can kind of tell like it gave me the idea that that's her, like she was her. Now, I don't know her, never seen her outside of that interview, so she very well could act like Craig's girlfriend from Friday when she left the interview. Like, but I'm just saying from what I see, chef's kiss, man. She was chef's kiss the whole interview. But y'all gotta understand, man. Also, I'm shooting Cam some bail, because y'all, bro, Cam been hitting the head a lot. Like, man, and he got the type of CTE that flare up when bad women walk in the room. So I'm shooting him a little bail there, because it's like, hey man, a few concussions, man. Them last few years in Carolina, man, he was playing quarterback before quarterbacks were protected, so they were just launching at his head, knees and head. So Cam just ain't all there, man. His brain worked faster than his mouth. Or his mouth works faster than his brain. One of the two. So one of them work faster than the other. They not in sync. It's kind of a glitch. Yeah, can be buffering. But one thing, like, bro, Cam just be dressed like a big ass little boo boo. Like I feel like Cam wears the clothes that Ross don't want. Like people try to bring Ross clothes, the store Ross, and Ross be like, oh, a brown and pink polo, man, ain't nobody gonna buy that. Send that to the hand-me-down store. Cam just be wearing clothes that don't nobody want. I said, when he say he thrifts, I believe him. At first I didn't believe him. I believe him now, because you can't find them clothes nowhere else but around homeless people. And that's just I believe some of them close homeless people would be like, bro, I'm not. I got a reputation to uphold, bro. I can't be seen in that. You can't be like, hey, give it to me. But shout out, I appreciate the attempt. And then shooting Cam some bail, man, because fine women just make you say words that don't exist, like eclectic. And it's funny, he used the word twice. He said it one time early in the interview, and then he brought it back. And it was crazy because you can tell he don't use that word too much. Because if he had, somebody would have told him a long time ago, that ain't how you say that. Steve Smith would have told him. Uh, Jake DeLong, somebody would have told him. Steve, he'd be on ESPN. Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark, Peggy from Fourth and One. Somebody would tell him, "Hey, bro, that ain't how you say that. Ain't no N in eclectic." And then he tried to like he doubled down on the dumb. When you double down on dumb, that just make you plumb dumb. You can't double down on your dumb, man. If somebody tell you that ain't how you say something, or that ain't where that word's supposed to go, the way that you respond is, oh, okay, I didn't know that, man. I was using it wrong the whole time. Damn. Well, appreciate it, because everybody does it, bro. Everybody use words that don't fit. But you can't double down after someone tells you ain't no N in eclectic, and you try to say, well, it is when I use it. Heavy on the N. No, man. Heavy on the shut the hell up. How about that? How about that? N should N didn't stand for niggatry. N should have stood for no, not today. Don't do that. But again, shooting them bail, because like, bro, again, like when that girl said, "Hey," and I was like, "It's cheesecake." I just your brain fog up, man, when fine women around. You got to get a hold of yourself, man. When them fine was around, man, you got to get a hold of yourself. You can't just be out there flustered. And if you try to be somebody you not, chances are you probably shouldn't try to be that. And it's kind of like that was one of the most embarrassing things I've seen. Like it's I got embarrassed for Cam. I'm like, damn, that was hard. It was entertaining, but it was hard to watch. And it was entertaining because of her. Like she made it, the way she responded and the way she answered those questions and the way she kind of like, it was a bunch of times she looked at him like, bro, what? But she respected her condone. And then it's just like, the part that made me think is his girl saw that. Like his old lady saw that interview. His old lady saw her man be smitten and flustered by another woman. And that's just you. I don't know. How do you interpret that? Because it's almost like when this pod blows up, and this pod will blow up. When this pod blows up, and we interview somebody fine like that, and I'm married. Me and Rich both married, so it's like your wife has to look at you just clam up because another woman is just way out your league. And a lot of times the women in the relationships look at their man is like up here. And it's almost like when it's that saying, man, that's been floating around social media. When you become lame, you can't become unlame. You are forever laminated. And it's like, if your old lady sees you being lame, even for a little bit, and that's if that was hard to watch for us, imagine how she looked at it. Or maybe she was just like, hey man, that's good content, baby. Keep them going. It was just Cam had like this little shimmy that he was doing where he thought he was killing it. It was like, bro, you are dumb. Bro, you just a big dummy. He said, "Oh, he graduated. I got my associate degree in horticulture." It shows, brother. It showed that you took basket weaving in college. It showed. That ain't hit how you thought it hit, man. It showed, bro. It showed that you skipped classes. That interview said that you sat in one class all of college, and all you took was Again, I'm a big fan, and all you took was basket weaving and play. He played solitaire all through his college profession, and that was the difference between somebody who's educated and someone who has a degree, someone who's experienced and someone who's educated. And it was just it ain't it, and he thought and he was like, "Oh man, I'm giving y'all so much wordplay right now." You weren't. You did not. Them words were not playing, brother. Them words were not playing. Those were all your words were in timeout. They were not playing. No wordplay. Zero wordplay. None at all. Zilch. Nada. Zero. Mm-mm. None of it. And he was like, this was a and then when he was like, man, this was such a verbal sparring match. Bro, you got your ass knocked out first round. That was a first round TKO. And the referee just let y'all fight. It was one of them old school boxing matches where they fought for 30 rounds. And it was one of them old Jack Johnson fights where Jack Johnson would fight for 30 rounds and he would win 28 of them. And be like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and just knock him out. That's what that was, bro. That lady took you through there. She took you through there, man. Our ego is silly. Our ego is silly when we watch it. It's crazy to watch. And then you kind of look at like, damn, man, what? I know there was some times when I was like that. Because we've all done it, which is why, again, shooting him a little bell. Because we've all been through that. Every man, most men have been in that situation where you're trying to impress a woman and it ain't working. It ain't working. She ain't buying none of it. He was like, he hit her with the, he was acting like Spice Adams, those skits Spice Adams used to do when he get that haircut, he's just eclectic. I'm gonna just describe myself as eclectic. I had to delete myself out of their situations, and that goes for any man. And that's a person, place, or a thing. That's a noun. Man, bro, sit down. And then she hit him with, describe yourself. Use a word to describe yourself. That's an adjective. I feel like she could have kept going. She should have just went all English. And that's a prepositional phrase. That's a verb. That's a gerund. Conjunction. She should have just hit him with all type of that's an adverb. Yeah, man, it's just, that's a subject and that's a predicate. And man, but shout out to Cam, man. Shout out to Cam. Keep doing your thing. And then at the end when he was like, well, thank you, Miss Lady London. And how do we put an R in that miss? And he was like, I really been killing it, man. I've been killing it. No, bro. Mm-mm. You got killed. You got killed. Headshot. That early headshot, man. That was a display. Cam was acting like Wood from Love Jones. It wasn't working. But more power to you, brother. Keep them going. Zion Williamson. So Zion was, let's see, how do we put this? So it looked like Zion, a sex worker, had posted a screenshot of a transaction of $2,000 that Zion had allegedly sent her for buying some of her pudding, like she was selling pudding. And he sent her $2,000. And everybody got like, hey man, Zion be tripping. Again, this might be the bail shooting episode. I just make this a segment, bro. Who we shooting some bail? I'm shooting Zion a little bail for this. Bail is set at 4,000 because I'm shooting him a little bail, but he should know better because he's been in this situation. But the reason I'm shooting Zion some bail is because, bro, we know he just young and horny. And most of us had to deal with being young and horny, but the kicker is he young, horny, and rich, which is not a good combination. And we see it. We see it. We see the ramifications of being young, horny, and rich. So it's just, my first question. All right, so let's just walk with me here. Just walk with me. I feel like if a sex worker who is what they call, or what the kids call, chopped, because she was non-attractive. Let's be honest. That lady was non-attractive. She worked third shift at Waffle House. Um, if a sex worker takes a screenshot of the transaction of you buying some pudding and she posts the screenshot to expose you, I feel like you should be able to get your money back. I feel like you should be able to dispute that charge, because that transaction was sent under false pretenses. I paid for discretion, and this is not discreet. So if you posted to expose me, I should be able to send that to my bank and get my money back, because it's almost like somebody, I this ain't what I meant to buy. I didn't pay for this. And here's another question I'm gonna ask y'all. If a sex worker is chopped, if she's non-attractive, I do, because everybody was like, bro, he paid $2,000 for that. I feel like if they non-attractive, they should charge a little bit more, because it'll hurt more if it got out. Now, if she was bad and fine and posted it, we would have been like, oh, okay, I understand. I probably would have paid $2,000 for that too. But she was not. She was not. She was very. She was that was a choice that he made. That was a serious choice that he made. She posted it, but I do feel like the non-attractive sex worker should charge. It should be an ugly tax attached to the transaction, because if it get out, man, that can be damaging. So you pay a little extra. Also shooting him some bail, because we've all been there. We've all been, hey man, look, at the club in your early 20s. I'm 40, 42. Born in the early 80s. Graduated high school early 2000, 2001. So that early 2000s, that 2002, 2003, 2004 club life, 2005 club life, legendary. And we all shot our shot at the bad ones to try to take back to the apartment or to the dorm, wherever the case may be. And a lot of times we struck out. And then at the end of the club, when the club is letting out, or even after the club is letting out, and you're doing a little parking lot pimping, you do what I used to call, like, you gotta work on your mid range and go shoot them twos, man. You gotta shoot them twos and corner threes. So we done all knocked down some twos and threes. So I'm not. That's why I'm saying I'm shooting him some bail, because everybody like, dang, bro, she and I shoot again. That was a choice. That lady was. She drove buses. I'm pretty sure she drove a bus, like a city bus, a metro to get over there. She worked for the city driving buses. So that was a choice. But Zion can't go to Walmart at 2 a.m. and go get him and look for twos and threes. Something easy. He can't go to Waffle House after the club. He can't bag the joints, the twos and threes. He can't work on his MIDI. Work on them easy twos, corner threes. So he has to pay for it. He's Zion Williamson, man. He's one of the most recognizable athletes in the country. He can't go nowhere. And then everybody know he's a trick. That boy is a trick, man. And hey, man, and I'm not mad at him, because if I had it, I would probably be a trick too. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, man. Now I'm joking, but get yourself together. But I'm shooting them some bail. I ain't judging for it. But I'll just speak for myself. I definitely bagged some twos and threes in my life. And sometimes you need that, man. That girl could have been like, sometimes you need that just to boost your own ego, your self-esteem. Sometimes you need that to boost your self-esteem. Sometimes you need to bag a two a 3, a low 4 to boost your self-esteem. Because sometimes it's like, hey man, I've been striking out. And then you go holler at something on the low end, you go shoot you a midi or a corner 3. And she like, yeah, come on. And you like, okay, I'm still like, sometimes it's, hey man, what they tell you in basketball, if your shot ain't working, man, if your shot ain't falling, what you supposed to do? Go to the free throw line. That's like hey man, go to the free throw line. Go to the free throw line, shoot you some easy free throws, get your rhythm back, and then you can get back in your bag. So sometimes, man, you gotta go shoot you a 2. Sometimes you gotta go just, hey man, go get you something easy, warm you back up, get to the free throw line. I feel like that's what he did. So I'm gonna shoot him a little bail. Bail said it like $4,000. Another question I have is, what's worse? Paying $2,000 for something unattractive, or hitting it for free? Paying for it, of course. I don't know why. That's a dumb question. But he's not in a position. But I will say this, man, as much as he's been around he's been in those type of circles, he should have already developed a nice little network right now to where he got maybe 2 or 3 non-negotiables where they drop everything and go holler at him. There's no reason for him to be paying that lady $2,000. Again, well, I mean, I've painted the picture of why, because sometimes, hey, you get on the phone with your first option, she don't pick up, or she can't be there till tomorrow. I can't get there till it's Wednesday. I can't get there till Friday. I'm in California. He in New Orleans. You call your second option, she ain't picking up. You texting her, she ain't responding, she picking up, and then she finally answer and let you know, like, hey, I can't come. Hey, I can't come right now. I'm in the middle of something. So I can probably hit you up next week. Find your third option. Your third option is already occupied too. So now you just need some, hey, whoever can get here the fastest. Whoever that can get here the fastest. And the lady that got there the fastest was Beetlejuice. But again, man, sometimes you gotta pay $2,000 for the Beetlejuice. You just, hey man, that's part of the game. That's just part of the game. And so again, man, being horny, man, I want people to understand, being horny it can be a mental illness. Plenty of men have thrown all this stuff away from being horny, man. And Zion is not exempt. He's not exempt. None of us are exempt. We just watch Sharon Cooper, the coach from Michigan, throw it all away from horniness, man. Threw it all away, millions of dollars away from being horny. It can turn you into a zombie. It can turn you into the wolf man. If y'all remember the story of the wolf man was an old story to where when the moon was full and he knew he was turning into a werewolf, he would lock himself in a room and tell the lady that he was with and the family that was around him, hey, if I come out this door, shoot me. Because it ain't me. It was somebody else. Being horny can turn you into the wolf man, where you just ain't yourself. And you got to control that. That's my advice to Zion, man. I know Zion watched the pod. Hey, bro, just get your horny under control, man. Just have it. Keep that circle small, because it has made a fool out of all of us, myself included. Sharon Cooper, Shannon Sharp not too long ago. Bill Clinton almost he almost got impeached for it. It's just, hey man, whoever's around, man, my body ain't the same, man. I gotta get this out of me fast. Who's around? Somebody come get it. And that's what it turns into. And men are willing to lose their family, lose their job, lose high-paying salaries, lose custody of their children, lose their freedom from being horny, man. So it's like you gotta practice crotch discipline, man. You have to, because it's expensive. and it just gets out of control. And if it's out of control, man, he had an SA allegation. What was that last year? He was plastered all over ESPN. And shout out to his lawyers and his team because that went away fast. We ain't heard nothing about it. He ain't missed no time on the court, none of that. It was, and you know, it looked like it was just a terrible lie. But still, it's just the fact that you have to even go through that because we don't know what happened with that case. We don't know if it got settled, if it got dropped, or whatever the case may be. I don't remember. But man, get you some discipline, bro. Get you some discipline before it's too late. Yeah. Bruno Mars. So Bruno Mars has been topic of conversation recently, coming back up. One of the popular topics, opinions, is that Bruno makes the same music, and the song that he just dropped is just more the same. And I'm here to tell y'all, I'm not in that camp at all. I'm a Bruno fan, and here's my stance on it. If you want to say he makes the same music, cool. There's a lot of artists that make the same music, and I'm not gonna name them because I don't want to. It's gonna sound like I'm hating just to make the point for Bruno, and I'm not gonna put them down to make the point for him. But it's a lot of singers that make the same music. But at the same time, name me one artist, name me two artists who's trying to make the same music that who's trying to make the type of music that Bruno makes. That funk, New Jack Swing, that 80s, early 90s, 70s, bro. When him and Anderson .Paak did the cover of Confunction, Love Train, the way they did it was they were fans of that song because the way they did it was not just a happenstance. Oh, let's try this song, man. Let's cover it. But they tore that song. They tore it up. They tore that song up, man. That was out of love. And it's the fact that the music, the type of music that he makes, no one else tries to make. No one else is trying to keep that sound alive. So to say that he's making a song, oh, for sure. But still, that's to me as a lover of that old 70s sound, that old R&B, bro, man, make 10 more albums just like that. And I was watching Joe Budden podcast, and they were saying that it looked like the consensus was the Silk Sonic album wasn't that good. It must be two Silk Sonic albums. That Silk Sonic album was amazing to me. Y'all bugging. Now I feel like y'all put Skate and the other Skate feel like it was made for when they started the Vegas residency, and they were like, all right, we're just gonna do a Skate and the 777 song, the casino song. I get it. I get it. If y'all say those songs were copy and paste, I ain't no argument there. I'm with you on those. Those songs were copy and paste. But the rest of the songs, Leave the Door Open, Put on a Smile, Smoking Out the Window, what else? After Last Night, like, come on, bro, what are we doing? And then the end of the song was about like mushroom trips. Love that song. So I love that album. I don't know what they talk about. 24 Karat, Silk Sonic, Doo-Wops and Hooligans. Bro, if you go through Bruno's discography, man, that dude is amazing. And I feel like a lot of times people, an opinion just becomes like groupthink and popular, and you're kind of like, all right, I get it. But keep me out of it. I'm not at all. I think Bruno is amazing. If you would have asked me last year what albums in 2026 I would look forward to, I would want to see Jill, Bruno. I would like to see a J Rock. I want J Rock to drop. I'm anxious for a J Rock album, J Rock project from TDE. I like for Cole about to drop too, so that's great. Cole is about to drop. I would like to see Scarface get back in the booth, kind of get with like a hit boy like Nas is doing. Like I would like to see Scarface. This is just a wish list. I have no idea if these people are dropping or not. It's just a wish list of mine. I would like to see T.I. I would like to see a T.I. album. Speaking of T.I., I have not seen his special. So I used to do stand-up comedy for about 5 years. I quit in like 2012, 2013. And Tip ain't been doing comedy long enough to have a special. Special takes time, especially your first special. So it's like develop is like this. The way comedy works is this. Start with 5 minutes and you work and you go do that 5 minutes all over the city. As much as you get on stage as much as possible. You do as much open mics and you keep working that 5 minutes. You work on you work on a tight 5 minutes, a good 5 minutes with no filler. To me, the joke's got to be hit back to it because it's not as much time. So you don't have time to like slow walk a joke. You cannot 5 minutes feels like 50 up there. It feels like you up there 30 minutes, but it's not a long time. So I would say get you a good opening joke, a good closing joke, a good middle joke, and then you can so start with the 5. When you got a nice tight 5, start with a different 5. And you build up that 5-minute joke, that 5-minute set. And then after that, when you got 2 tight 5s, combine them and make it a tight 10. And it really can be stretched out to a good 15 if you do like some crowd work or you kind of add another line on top of that. We got you building up that 15 to turn to 20, 20 turn to 30. That takes time, man. Because then you just got to build on top of it. And to have an hour takes a while, man. A good hour takes a while. And so I hadn't seen it. I've seen opinions of it. I've seen people like, bro, it's trash. And honestly, as a T.I. fan, musically, not so much comically, I saw the clips. I saw the clips of it and it's like, yeah, he's just not ready. But he's using his fame to push himself. And that part I respect. He has worked too hard just being T.I. to not put himself at the front of the line when it comes to comedy. So I can't knock that at all. So I haven't seen it. That's just my opinion on it. It's just I hadn't seen it. But from the preview that I saw, because normally when you advertising that and you like, hey, I have a comedy special and here's a brief preview. The clips that you saw are what's supposed to sell me on to go see the special. And I was not sold at all. So I don't even want to let myself down. Cause it's a bad special will set a comedian back. Not even a bad special, a bad set. Cause you can do 10 great sets. And you can do that same 5-minute set. You can do it 10 times and it kill 10 times. And you go do it that 11th time, you can do it the same exact way. Matter of fact, you can add some extra emphasis on it. And that set has proven 10 times to be killer. And you go do it 11 times in front of a different audience, and they just looking at you like this. Like, it's bad, man. Bumming will hurt your soul. You know it's bad when you can hear people texting on an iPhone while you on stage. And you just, this all you hear is this. And you're like, oh, man, let me tell y'all about what happened to me, and this all you see. You hear people scratch. It ain't no noise when you just hear. That's all you see. And you just like, oh, man. And you just want to go home and just take a shower with all your clothes on in the fetal position and just cry. That's how bad bumming feel. It happened to me once. I'll tell y'all my bumming story. So I had been doing comedy for about 3 years. Pretty good. I was just brag. I was really good at it. And this lady saw me perform in Austin. Matter of fact, I was opening up for Joe Rogan. Not I wasn't traveling with Joe Rogan. It was just I was the local comedian to open up for that show. So went to Austin, did a opening set, 10 minutes, killed. And I was doing some Dallas jokes. Like I was just letting the people know I came from Dallas to Austin. And one of the ladies after the show was like, "Oh, you from Dallas?" I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "Well, I'm from Dallas." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So she was like, my mother's having a birthday party. I'm throwing her a birthday party for her 60th birthday, 60 or 70, one of them birthdays. And she was like, would you be available to perform in my mom's party? And she was gonna pay me $100, which was a lot of money, bro. That first 100, man, it wasn't, it was 50. It wasn't 100, it was 50, but that still was a lot of money. So she booked me to perform at her mama's show. So she was like, the only thing that I asked is because my mom's kind of old, a church lady, her friend, they go from the church, can you kind of clean it up? I was like, yeah, sure. So I had kind of wrote like a new clean set to just do at this latest party. And to me, I thought the jokes were killer. Were good. Man, I went up there. First of all, this is the first sign when it's not gonna be a good day. When you go to the venue that you're performing at and there's no stage. That may not sound like a lot to y'all, but just standing on like a low floor that's even with everybody else with a microphone is not ideal for a performance. Cause it's something about being higher and the light being shined to kind of make everybody pay attention. But when it just looked like y'all just in the conference, ain't no thing. So man, I do my jokes, man, and them people just looking at me and just coughing, and they just nothing, no response. And it's the crazy part. Laughing is contagious, but also not laughing is contagious. Cause I did one joke, and instead of the lady laughing, one joke that was funny that I'll never forget. And instead of the lady laughing, she did this. She said, huh, that's pretty funny. Like, goddamn, you ain't gonna laugh. You're just gonna comment. Like, damn, lady, you couldn't give me more than that. She was just talking like, huh? That was pretty funny. And then so again, I'm trying to do clean jokes. So I got flustered and started cussing. So the guy in front was like, man, you should have been doing that. I'm like, man, I'm about to whoop your ass, bro. I'm about to whoop you and that lady that booked me for this show. And then at the end, she was like, yeah, that wasn't the same from what I saw in Austin. I'm like, yeah, bitch, because it ain't got no stage. And you said be clean. My set ain't clean. So after that, I had made a promise to never change my set. Never. At whatever I said is what I was gonna stick by saying. That's why I never did no church. I ain't never did nothing. I've had after that, I had a few invitations to do like parties and stuff, and I'm like, hey man, and they like, nope. Matter of fact, I started hosting this spot. I was the regular host, and the owner was like, a new owner came in, and he wanted to kind of change the vibe of the club, and he was like, hey, can you kind of like clean it up? And they were paying me pretty decent. I would get free drinks at the bar, and I got like a weekly kind of like a percentage of the people that I brought in, and I had the pace booked pretty good. I was like, hey man, can you kind of clean it up? Nah. Well, if you don't clean it up, man, we might have to find somebody else. Find somebody else, bro. You either take me, all of me, or just ain't doing it. So that bumming can sit. Bumming on a 15-minute set feel like hurt. Bumming on an hour set, a whole 60 minutes. Man, that's why I don't want to watch it, man. I'm afraid I'm gonna have the same feeling I had watching that Cam Newton interview. It's just gonna be, yeah. I don't want to do that. All right, y'all, man. That's acquiring us Fridays, man. Before the weekend start, man, enjoy yourself, enjoy your family, enjoy your kids. Take your lady out on a date. Ladies, if you watching, take that man out. Y'all take them kids out. Do something with them kids. Tell them you love them. Call your mama. Go hug your daddy. Tell your uncle that raised you, man. I appreciate it, uncle. Do all that, man. And if y'all don't know what's in it, just know we put some nuts in it, man. Don't acquire the taste, acquire the nuts. We will see y'all on Sunday. Y'all be good. Peace.